opportunity for Reformation. And especially, and you can include that last chapter with rapture, with this idea that we're going to be with Jesus. We're going to let the whole world go to hell. And that's why we can't be engaged in the world in a right way. And you're saying, no, we need to rethink these presumptions that there is opportunity of Reformation, but we have to tweak our mindset and how we go about this. Is that what you were trying to accomplish in these kind of, and again, I don't want you, people need to buy the book. I don't want to get away and give too much away from the book.
Yeah.
But
no, those last two chapters kind of go together very closely. And I actually really did a lot of debating about which should be the last one and which should be the next to last one. But I mean, because I'm a Protestant through and through, as well as an evangelical. So give me the Protestant Reformation. I love it. I mean, it just brought about so much that anchors my faith, and that the centrality of God's word and the importance of doctrine and theology, and so that was so important. But what I kind of, the way that I approach that in the book is to say the Reformation it changed the world. It's a world defining moment, and I'm asking, are we at a point where we recognize the need for a new or another Reformation, not to throw away the old one because it was so important. But I think if the first Reformation was about orthodoxy, orthodox doctrine, I think what we need now is one about orthopraxy. Like, I just think we haven't been living the way that we have said the doctrine teaches us to live. And I'm a slow processor. I think the human race is a slow processor. And maybe, we do, the Reformation brought us that centrality of God's word and his authority, and the importance of us being able to read it and understand it for ourselves. And now we have to live it out. And so that's kind of how I end up getting at the end of the next chapter, the rapture, where I, talk about, the fun rapture things from the 70s that I grew up with, and all the
that
different.
Freaked me out, by the way. You started quoting Thief in the Night, and I had flashbacks of sitting at church on a Sunday evening. They're all in white. I'm like, they're going to a guillotine. I was so scared. Oh, I was terrified.
I rewatched it in my research for this book, and it was like, wow, it was like I just saw it yesterday. It was still like so there in my imagination. But all of those different interpretations, I just like that stuff makes my eyes glaze over. I really don't care about rapture, not rapture, whatever, which all of those things that we were raised in and scared by growing up. But what I really care, what no matter how you interpret rapture, there's no doubt that what it really means is being caught up with Christ. Like now, not just in the future, but right now, caught up with him, and so caught up in him that everything else falls away, like as an empire of dirt, right? And so that's what it means to be raptured, is to be caught up with Christ completely. And we don't have to wait for that. We can have that now.
As we've talked, we've been on a journey today, going through a little bit of your book, using the imagination, showing people how many of these different cultural influences from the 19th century, 18th century even, have influenced us in the here and now, and actually shaped the social imaginary in which we inhabit, our ideal of the good life, how we should live our life and go about it. And we need to try to pull that away. I liken the practice of what we're doing now to my home that I lived in Chicago. The first home that I lived in with my wife, it was a church parsonage. It was a bungalow in Chicago. And it had this old carpet that was there that served a purpose for a time. But as we peeled it away, we found these beautiful oak floors that were there. And I feel like that's what we're doing. We're peeling away the old carpet that has been developed over time, getting back to the purity of what's underneath it, and shining it up to show that it's there. We're not doubting the veracity of the gospel message. We're not taking it away. We are confessing Christians that believe in the scriptures, believe that Jesus is the Christ, that died literally on the cross and was buried and literally rose on the third day. we're calling for the other items that have been built up around it that have caused people in some respect to create a wrong social imaginary that others see and have been turned off by because they haven't seen the real gospel message. That's what we're trying to call people out and show them. I think that's what we're trying to do and what you're trying to do. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I'm going to.
No, I love that. I wish I'd thought of that